Hi guys, Sharper back once again with another mint in box, and today we're having a little bit of a supply special with the Fortnite range from Jazwares, because I figured I'd put these two together because the Fortnite Loot Chest accessories and the Loot Llama plush toy in game, they both provide materials and weapons for the players, and I figured they match well enough to go together, and I don't think I'd be able to get more than like a 2-minute video out of the llama himself. So let's go right to him. So I've heard a couple different names for the Loot Llama: Larry, Fred, Dave. I don't think there's an official one, and he's just the Loot Llama. And comparing him to the in-game model, that's a fair resemblance. I know it can be tricky to get the kind of angular design of the Loot Llama in a plush form, and they did a fair job. And the material is just so soft. It's really nice, soft, smooth. It's the kind of I'm no good with materials, but if you were to get a screen wiper, it's that kind of like really soft feel almost. The stitching is very nice. There's even a tempographed printed chest on the side. You can hang him from his little thing, but he's a little front heavy. And overall, he's just a very nice quality plush toy, and you can pick this guy up for $8.99. I think that's fair for a plush toy of this size. I've seen other plush toys from other companies run for about the same, so that's not bad. And he's so nicely coloured. I can see someone really enjoying this thing. Hot off the heels of my early game survival kit review, we have the Loot Chest accessory set. These come in, I believe, 5 or 6 styles, and if you're confused, you can always reference the packaging itself, because it will tell you what is inside. So it does take away from the surprise of opening the chest to see what kind of loot you get. But I can understand that you don't want people getting like this set over and over and over again. So 6 styles of chest in a standard case assortment is a nice little variety of accessories that you can get for the 4-inch figures. So I'll just toss that. And the chest itself is a really nice rendition of the in-game model. It's bigger than the 4-inch figures, like by a fair amount, but it's so nicely rendered. Like, it's very nice texture. It's solid plastic. This is just a good box that you can keep stuff in, and I know I'm going to end up keeping a lot of the Fortnite accessories in here just for the sake of it, but it will look nice in a little display that I've got planned out. So let's pop open the chest to see what kind of loot we got. All of the 4-inch figure accessories will be in a contained little baggie. I'll get to those in a moment. 2 building material plates. I'm not sure if it's varied or random, but in this case it is 2 wood ones with the foot pegs, which is cool. And you get a little booklet detailing the figures in the range, which is again a very nice assortment of figures. The astonishing amount of weapons, and even their rarities, which is nice. They're all colour coded. Even more weapons on the back. All of the harvesting tools or pickaxes a nice variety there. The back blings, which are cool, and the one solitary glider, the wet paint umbrella, which is only available in the early game survival kit, which you may have seen in my previous review. So here are the accessories you receive in this particular loot chest. We have an uncommon pump shotgun, very nicely molded, very fetching green. We have 2 dual pistols, which are of rarity. Again, very nicely molded, but they are very small. You could be prone to losing those. A rare light machine gun, sadly vaulted. I did like this weapon, but I think you can still get it in the creative mode and here in the Fortnite toy line. Really nice moulding on that. And the frozen Shroud back bling. This would go with the Ragnarok skin, I believe. I forget what season it's from off the top of my head, but it's one of the few capes you can get in the game, and it's pretty nice. Very close to its in-game counterpart, I would say. So let's see how these go with the figures. Firstly, let's try Omega with the frozen Shroud. It's just a case of plugging it into the back port, and yeah, that works pretty nicely. The cape itself is a very flexible plastic, so you can bend it a little if you want to get a little cape flowy action, but for the most part doesn't impede. It's not so much back heavy as the precision back bling that came with Omega, so it's got a nice flush profile. Very cool. Next we'll try the pistols. It should fit into his hand fairly well. And they do indeed slide right in, very snug. Shout out to the design team for making hands that really do interact well with these particular weapons. I don't think I've had one that's really stiff or loose. And he's got a bit of the shadow about him with the dual pistols. Was never much of a fan of them myself in game, but I knew that some people were. And they look pretty nice in toy form. Very good job. Next we'll try the uncommon pump shotgun. Oh, this is a little... I don't think this is going to work out as well. Just try getting it in that hand first, and then try this one. Okay, my worry about it being a little too big might be founded. I don't think Omega's hands are going to fit. If we just look, if you just take a look, the stock of the shotgun is far too thick to accommodate Omega's hands comfortably, but I think I've got it in a good place. And if I just, nope, it's come loose again. There, I think that will do. Yeah, I think the uncommon shotgun is a little too big for these figures, but I will have to play it with some other figures, see how they interact. And finally we have the light machine gun, the LMG. A good heavy artillery weapon to deal damage to structures and whatnot. very useful in like big team modes. And yeah, he holds it very comfortably indeed. He looks pretty good with it, ready to do some real damage. I think this is better scaled than the shotgun, honestly, and this is a big weapon, but it looks pretty good in his hands overall. Overall, I think the $8.99 you're going to be paying for one of these loot accessory chests is pretty good. You get at least 3 weapons, you're going to get a back bling, 2 more building parts, and a pretty nice chest to keep it all in. There's a bunch of styles, so I recommend looking up what you're going to get in each and find the one that's right for you. But ultimately, this is a nice little add-on set if you're just planning on getting maybe one figure. But if you're a hardcore collector, I can definitely see everyone clamoring to get all of these, which is the best of both worlds, really. So yeah, really recommend this. Really recommend the llama. And I've been Sharpo. This has been the Fortnite Loot Llama and Fortnite Loot Chest from Jazwares. And I'll catch you guys next time on Mint in Box.